Give me big old buckets of butter beer. Give me big old barrels of butter beer. Give me the drink I love so dear. And another round for my friend right here of the sweet old butter beer.
Welcome to the Three Broomsticks. We invite you to pull up a chair, grab a butterbeer, and settle in for a hearty discussion about Harry Potter. I'm Sierra Obermark.
I'm Aurelia Lieb.
I'm Sam Williams. And today, as our special guest, we invite the Lord Voldemort himself, Thomas Riddle Christian Richardson Esquire, also known as Christian Richardson. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. Is Tom Riddle's name Thomas or is it Tom? I think it's...
that's a great point.
I think it's Tom.
Dang it. All I know is in my phone, you're down as Nymphadora Dennis Tom.
Yeah,
so...
Long story there.
Awesome. Well, welcome back to the pod. Will you remind our listeners, what is your Hogwarts house? What was your journey to Harry Potter? What is your favorite Harry Potter book? And who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
Sure, yeah. Well, always nice to be here. My Hogwarts house, I think, is Ravenclaw. I mean, that's the shirt I have. So I guess that's what I'm going with.
Merch has been bought.
Right, merch has been bought. I just got a shirt that was like the Hogwarts shirt, and I thought this was so clever that like the H and the G and the R and the S are like in Hogwarts are the colors of like the houses for Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. I was like, man, someone thought that one through really well.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw. My journey to Potter was, I don't know, I guess I started reading them because they were kind of just handed to me as a kid, and they sat on the back of my toilet for a long time, and that was like it was my bathroom reading. This was pre-phones, so this is what we did, and I made it through the book several times.
In one sitting.
My legs would fall fast asleep, so I read them a lot in my childhood, and then. I remember when the fourth one came out, and that was a huge thing, lining up at Borders, and rest in peace, Borders, and going to do that, and that was awesome. I remember the movies was a huge thing, and then like 10 years ago, Sam and I decided to do a Harry Potter movie marathon, so that was great, and we just did a second Harry Potter movie marathon after doing 8 other different marathons in between, have had that, and because of that, I've reread the books this past year, and that was awesome. You all have gotten me back into it definitely too, which has been great. Listening to the podcast has kind of rekindled that love of Harry Potter. I was telling Sam the other day that my students were like challenging me to trivia. And like they're like, oh, any Star Wars trivia? I was like, sure. And they're like, oh, I can stump you with Harry Potter trivia. I was like, you cannot.
You want to bet?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was funny. I'm a high school math teacher as well. There you go. Not just random people I'm teaching. But let's see. My favorite Harry Potter book is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, because I think it's because of the nostalgia of waiting in line to read it, and like, that's a huge book to get as a 13-year-old. It was really great, and I love how it starts to take the series in a more serious tone. Like it's like, oh, there's actual consequences with death and such, in a more real way, and not just like, and everything worked out in the end.
Dumbledore saved the day.
Right, yep, exactly. So I think I've said in the past that my favorite character is Hagrid, and I'll stick by that just to bother certain people. But I think I don't know. I love a lot of the characters. I think the characters in Harry Potter are really well written, and I love the development that happens with a lot of them. But I just think that there's something to be said for just the familiarity and the trust that Harry has in someone like Hagrid. How he just like I'm gonna cry. How he loves Harry, how he loves Hermione so much, and he's the one they go to for that comfort, and it's really sweet, and it's someone I would try to be as a teacher, that students would go to and trust with when they have questions and things, and so yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Well, welcome. And Christian is joining us today for episode number 75. We've made it 3/4 of the way through a century, episode 75, where we have gathered to discuss food. Food in the Harry Potter world, not just
We
random
have a very
food.
specific topic here.
It's generically food.
You think we can go for 3 hours on one chapter that's 5 pages long? Just wait for us to talk about food on the whole.
Well, I really like pasta, you guys. What about you?
I like pasta made with 3/4 of the flour that it's supposed to be made.
There's an entire podcast about pasta, but we're one episode covering food generically.
We have some recommended reading that has nothing to do with Harry Potter whatsoever. But in general, we recommend that you read cookbooks. You can find them everywhere. Specifically, 'tis the season and 'tis the island, the soggy island. So you should check out the Great British Bake Off, or known in America, the Great British Baking Show's Christmas book, which is a great cookbook for the Christmas season. It has things like Salmon Wellington or mince pies made by Mary Berry, because this is from back in the days when Mary Berry was on that show. Anyways, for more podcast material on the Great British Baking Show, you can check out Christian and Mai's new podcast, Baking Schmaking. No, I'm kidding.
Food schmood.
Food schmood.
About what to eat when you're in the mood for certain things, but you don't have it in your house.
Cookery schmookery.
If you're in the middle of baking dinner and you decide to listen to a podcast.
If you are on the toilet and hungry and reading Harry Potter, this is the podcast for you.
Out with the old and in with the new.
I don't know how to transition away from this, so thank you to
Laura
Laura
Young,
Young.
hopefully you're on the toilet right now.
So yeah, huge thanks to Laura Young over on our Patreon, who bought us this round of drinks at the pub.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Christian literally made butterbeer for this episode, y'all.
Oh, that is dedication.
I had the leftover ingredients. It worked out very well, so.
I don't think any of us can keep up with that. So
Nope.
shame on all of us, I think.
Apparently.
If you'd like to buy us around at the pub, head over to patreon.com/3broomsticks with the numeral 3 to sign up. You can listen to Sierra and I comparing real-life animals with magical creatures, which was a ton of fun to do. And we would really appreciate your help in keeping the lights on at the 3 Broomsticks so we can talk about Harry Potter for a long time to come.
And let us offer a toast to the comments on episode 72. This episode was a chapter episode about Sorcerer's Stone, the Forbidden Forest. We raise our glass to commenter, that fantasy analyst, first time commenter, question mark, I think.
Think
Maybe.
so? Welcome.
I think so, yeah.
We love you.
Yes.
Come back.
Thank you. Who said, awesome episode, guys.
End of comment. I would like to discuss.
Thanks.
Oh, great.
All right.
Moving on with the main discussion.
I'm currently annotating the unofficial Harry Potter companion series for fun, and I thought I'd share one of my notes from the analysis of this chapter. And it was quite a long comment, so this is part of the way through. We picked this section. My interpretation is as follows. The centaur's statement that Mars is bright tonight was essentially a sad exclamation about things to come. The innocent are the first victims. When first read, may seem to be a reference to the fallen unicorns, but I believe it has a much more sinister meaning. The centaurs obviously think that Harry is about to die, so I believe that it is an encrypted reference to him, another sad exclamation, worded in such a way that Harry and the others would not understand its meaning. Finally, Bane's remark about setting themselves against the heavens is clear proof that he believes Firenze has interfered with predestined events. And Harry actually picks up on this, speculating that his death in the forest at Voldemort's hands was foreordained.
So this is a really big topic in the Harry Potter fandom over the last couple of years. I feel like really since COVID, you've seen a lot more about... that Sorcerer's Stone, it's clear that the centaurs really think that Harry knew about Harry dying in the forest. That they knew that Voldemort specifically would kill Harry in the forest, and they were just off by like 7 years. It's also been heavily speculated that the reference of the innocents are the first victims is a reference to Cedric Diggory dying. As the first innocent, again, foretelling what's to come, but it's human-centric, not animal-centric. I certainly subscribe to the former about them knowing Voldemort is going to kill Harry in the forest. I'm not sure about Unicorn versus Cedric. I could go either way on that.
Yeah, I think, and I think we talked about it in this episode specifically about how Harry is, how we do think that it is specifically in regards to Harry and Voldemort. It's just mostly based on Bane's specific comments. So I think it's very interesting how Bane is trying to be very obtuse, or not obtuse, but specifically like guard his speech so that it is not picked up on by people who aren't kind of already in the know. I think that that's interesting as a comment to believe that he is doing this encrypted speech specifically and that it's not just how Bane talks. I always kind of just was along the lines of, oh, Bane just speaks that way and he is just kind of like a guarded person who kind of talks around things and isn't very direct. And so I never really thought that maybe he's specifically trying to like tell Firenze to stop about this specific thing.
Hey kid.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
While also being like, okay, how do I phrase this so that the kid doesn't understand what's going on? But it does make a lot of sense now that I think about it in that manner. And also, having children, that's a very common occurrence.
Talking about their demise just all the time.
Not their demise, but, it's almost Bane's equivalent of like spelling something out in front of a kid who can't spell. Like, is it BED time? Like, so I think it is very interesting. I do agree. I think that Bane is being very cryptic, not just because that's how centaurs are.
I think I'm very Hermione in that I really struggle with prophecies and foretelling the future and all of that. And I just genuinely am like, after the fact, looking back at the vagueness of any prophecy, it's so easy to assign a ton of different meaning, and who knows what was actually meant in the prophecy. So I genuinely struggle with this. I like the idea of it being foretold that Harry dies in the forest. I know because it was the three of us on that episode, I know we talked about, is it actually literally the same area in the forest? And we worked out it wasn't. But clearly the centaurs believe in whatever they're seeing in the skies. I just struggle so hard with it.
Which is so funny because you love Percy Jackson so much. And that's all about prophecies.
Yeah, but they're much more contained.
They're very contained, and also there's very little room for interpretation. It's like very clearly, you Like, it's almost as if it's like Percy Jackson will walk 500 yards, pick up
And
this
500
stick,
more.
500 more. Like, they are much, much more specific.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
No nuance.
And
at
also
all.
I feel like there's more like, yeah, it sort of works with like, because it's about Greek mythology. This one I'm like, I don't know. And I know we've talked a lot about prophecies and all the things Trelawney says here and there and how they've come true and not.
But Aurelia, is this not Greek mythology? For these are centaurs.
I was just going to say the
they
same thing.
They come out of
Sam.
Greece.
Yeah, this is Greek mythology. 100%.
But in Scotland.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
But, you know, the Greeks would go about to other regions and have mythology.
It's all Greek to me.
It's all Greek to me. My big fat Greek prophecy. Oh, that's excellent.
That should have been the title of one of our Percy Jackson episodes.
That's the title of this episode. It's not even about food. We can't have that happen.
What Greek food?
It's all
Yeah.
Greek food. It works.
Thank you again, That Fantasy Analyst, for giving us such a great section of information to ponder over. There is a lot more to the discussion in the comments on that episode, so go ahead and check
Yes,
it out.
there's a lot.
A number of responses and polite argument.
Some good old-fashioned British debate. And now to the main discussion.
The main event, the main course, if you will.
Dang it. We should have renamed every single aspect of this different, like, food courses. All right, here's the salad, here's the amuse-bouche, here's... And now for
Missed
dessert,
opportunities.
Let's start over.
social media. Gosh. And today's special sommelier, Christian Richardson.
Soup of the day.
Soup du jour is Christian.
So I sneak peek behind the curtain. We plan what we do a year in advance. So about now we have planned the next year. So I don't remember why the three of us wanted to talk about food. I'm not criticizing it, but
okay, so in all honesty, I believe this was a entry made by a listener that we were like, oh yeah, sounds great, because we had just done our like full all host podcast and it was the holiday season and we were like, food, we're all thinking about food, that sounds great. And then we got to it this week in the pod and I was like, I'm so glad we have Christian on, because he and I have talked like a lot about Harry Potter food over the last 10 years. Well, like twice, but that still seems like a lot.
We've spoken twice about this, and so this should work. Yeah.
This should work as a podcast.
so you're an expert. But yeah,
Yes.
I got to the doc first. I think I was like, right, how, where, when do I even start on this topic? So I was like, first things we should probably talk is like the role food plays in the Harry Potter books before we go into specific foods or anything. Because I think it has a different role even by character, and we can break it down by character and see how it works. But I think sort of first things first that pops into my mind when I think about food in relation to Harry Potter is Hogwarts has so many feasts throughout a school year. Like, obviously there's 2 teachers on here, and I don't think you work at boarding schools, but this feels like
A lot of feasting.
for a school.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, for
I have
sure.
to say.
I work at a boarding school, and it is still a lot. So, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have feast every Thursday.
And also, I think you can't talk about food at Hogwarts without thinking of house elves, because in Christian's favorite book, we learned that house elves are involved in making the food. So yes, great food at Hogwarts, but it comes with a pinch of slavery. just saying.
Man, I gotta tell you, that ruins the food pretty quick. Do you like arsenic? Because I put a pinch of it in there.
Well, it's like eating chocolate today. I mean,
Yeah, that's actually super true.
Just a pinch of factory farming
Very
in there.
true.
It's not, like maybe that was the purpose of having the house elves there, to make us think about the sourcing of our food more.
Maybe. Maybe.
The doubtful face.
Aurelia's like, no.
Have you met the author recently? No.
Excellent.
And then I think the last thing before we dive into is like, I think it's very noticeable, and I'll share a little bit why this probably stands out to me a little bit more now that I live in the UK. The meals are a shared experience. So everyone sits down together and eats with each other. And I find that so interesting because that's how I was raised. Like in the household I grew up in, meals were always everyone together. And then, once we were a bit older and had phones were banned from the table, that sort of stuff. Like it was very much a be here now, we're having a meal together, we're talking to each other. Mm-hmm. Every single one of my colleagues who raises children does not have shared meals.
Wow.
Other than maybe on the weekend. I have colleagues who have 3 dinners. One for the smallest child, one for the next, the older child, and then one later with her, the partner. And I'm like,
Hell
because
no.
I have activities and stuff going on. I think it's a timing issue, but also
No.
yeah, as you say, why would you? and at first I was
baffles me so much.
maybe it's just that person where the children have a lot going on, but even other parents with children who don't have every activity under the sun in their free time, they just don't eat together. There's everyone just grabs something and then either eats in front of the TV or they children go up to their room and eat. There's no shared eating culture from what I'm hearing from my colleagues.
That's like the all the Disney TV shows and whatever we grew up on, and they have this giant breakfast spread, and the kid grabs a piece of toast and walks out the door.
One grape.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. Bye.
That's wild. I do hear this quite a bit from my students, where I do feel like a minority of them have shared sit down, and a lot of that has to do with just it's high school, and there's this sort of permeating belief that you have to do all the extracurriculars in order for colleges to accept you, and so they're just constantly busy doing things I'm at sports and my sister's at this other sport, and so we don't all get a chance to sit down until the weekend. But I don't know. I did a lot of extracurriculars growing up, and my family always sat down at the dinner table. It was like a sacred
I think
time
it's just
carved out.
It's whatever your family prioritizes too. I think that's part of it. We I know with us we do the same thing, but I know with some other families it's that's not their priority, is going and watching their kids play soccer or whatever, and that's that's their shared experience in that way, and it's the drive home from that. So I also am one that I'm all in for the meals around the table. We are avid meal planners, and we try to have a big family dinner with other people here on Sundays, and are all about that. But I think it's just different cultures have different priorities, I guess, even microcultures.
Yeah. Well, I'm even just thinking, even when all of us were really busy, we still all had dinner together. Maybe it was really late, or maybe it was really rushed, or maybe we had out between your soccer practice and this, other practice or whatever it was. But for the most part, we still all ate together. Because I remember I have a lot of memories of even one person's running a little bit late or has something that's going on a little bit longer. And so we're sitting at the table just twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the last straggler to arrive. And then, okay, now it's dinner.
Yeah. Now we can start.
I do remember in high school reading, I think this was at camp actually, because I just finished reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Christian and I went to the same summer camp, y'all. That's why I'm saying that. And one of the kids was like, man, this was at the Burrow, and they're like, I wish that I sat down with my family and ate, and I just remember like that registering with me being like, wait, you don't? And just like not realizing that that was even an experience for people outside, because my family was just so strict. Like it was a big problem if you were going to miss dinner.
Yeah.
And if the Weasleys can do it, then
yeah. Bill and Charlie might be missing, but at least they've got 5 out of their 7 children there, and they've substituted the other 2 with Harry and Hermione.
Yeah. But that's also different because they're adults who are not living at home.
So yeah, that's why I was like, it's so clear that throughout the series that shared meals are important, because we see it, you know, at Hogwarts, at the Burrow, and we even see it once the Order's at Grimmauld Place. Like shared meals are happening.
Absolutely.
And everyone who was there for a meeting is invited to join. So yeah, this is why I was like, okay, because I have a few colleagues around me who are also from other parts of Europe for the most part, and we all like find it so insane that the Brits don't sit down and eat with each other. Like, because we were all like, but like food is a shared experience, and then they're like, no, we're busy. I was like, okay.
Some people are.
Well, and even in the books, it's if someone misses a meal, it's noted. It's
notable,
right?
Yeah.
And if someone is not there for dinner, if someone does not come down to breakfast, it's always noted.
Yeah. Or even Percy missing Christmas dinner. Right.
Or like
where
Luna
Rufus
missing the feast because she's looking for stuff.
Because she's looking for stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're exactly right, Sarah. I feel like that is the place where it's like, oh, something must be up because that person's not at this meal is constantly brought up. Yeah. I
guess, shall we move to offender number 1 for skipping meals?
Yes.
And our titular character, Harry. I think interesting is he was obviously raised with little access to food, despite having to cook the food at the Dursleys. From the small instances that we see, we can assume that was a regular activity. But because of that, we then in Deathly Hallows see that he's the most comfortable with missing meals or missing food, and he can handle it the best because, you know, he had to do it as a child.
Ron certainly cannot.
No. And I think because he had to do it as a child, his like stress reaction, because I find from like, I'm not like trained or anything, but like from observing life, I find with food, people have either the stress reaction of eating more food or eating no food. And you sort of fall into the 2 camps for usually. But Harry, I think because of his childhood, falls into the, I'll stop eating, I can't eat, I feel nauseous, I can't, like, you know, we see it with Quidditch games, he's stressed and nervous, and he, like, Hermione's like, you should eat something. Yeah. He's like, I can't.
Have a bit of toast.
The many other reasons that he has to feel anxiety over. that poor man. But yeah, so I think he's probably one of the ones where it's often noted that he's missing meals, he's skipping them. In Goblet of Fire, like, he's missing a lot of meals because he and Ron are fighting, and Hermione like steals food for him so he can at least eat something while he's not in the Great Hall.
Yeah.
You look not convinced.
No. No, not at all. I was thinking about something else.
I think it is also very interesting, kind of along the lines of the, you know, it's notable when someone misses a meal, that because they are shared and because you're expected to sit with your house and your friends at your table, that when people are fighting and they want to avoid somebody, then they can't do one of the most basic things, which is go and eat. You know, otherwise, like, we have a couple of circumstances where Hermione is sitting alone reading a book at the corner of the table because she wants to eat and she has to eat, but she doesn't want to be around anybody, or someone just shows up, eats as fast as they can, and then leaves. And I think that that's quite interesting. Something that I think potentially with how the Great Hall is styled in the movies is wrong, potentially, because there's multiple house tables along, like, it's not just 4 tables really. It looks to be closer to like 8 tables, kind of like 2 and 2, because the Great Hall is just so long. And so it's almost like, oh, well, you could escape in that situation. But if everybody is really so communal in a, on just one table, it would be pretty difficult to avoid people in your own house who you're not currently speaking with.
Yeah.
And also for Harry's, like, because Harry is Harry and he's special, because he is, the scenes that come to mind is in Chamber, where the whole school fears him, in Goblet, where everyone's upset with him because he was chosen a champion, which he didn't choose. So there's like, not even the people in his house are not speaking to him. There's like the whole school is not speaking to him, or the majority of the school is not speaking to him. So then it becomes such an extreme situation to be in that social space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I think 2 scenes I noted that I think speak to his upbringing with little access to food. Once he has money, he has his own money. One of the first things we see him do with his money that's not spending it on school supplies is he buys all the snacks from the Hogwarts Express.
There's a lot of people who make fun of this scene, and it's just great every time, because it's just like, imagine being the next person that the trolley cart was going to go to. And of course, I actually think he means like he buys several of each type.
Everything.
Totally.
Yeah.
But like
meme culture has made it so that it's all of them, but
it's all of them, which is a funny idea. I clearly think that is not what happened. Especially when it feels like that the trolley lady can just, if she's got claws for hands, she certainly can just magic more of her supply.
Right. The house elf that's driving the train can make more.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. For
oh my
sure.
God, I didn't think of that.
Clearly, you've never read my fan fiction, Aurelia.
I have listened to it.
That's true, you have. So then you know. Oh, man. Yeah. No, I think it's just he buys a bunch of different things, right? Because he doesn't just buy one chocolate frog; it's multiple chocolate frog cards. But
yeah,
so I think we know he buys multiple Bertie Bott's, Strubles. I am really interested to know if it is like all of what's in Honeydukes, because if that's the case, then there's Cockroach Cluster in there that he bought multiple of. There's the blood lollipops that's for vampires.
I feel like it's probably like the most popular.
The selection,
yeah.
It's like the Reese's, Kit Kats, Mars bars sort of stuff, not the like Haribo's.
Yeah.
It's got to be kind of like, okay, what's the 20 most popular?
Here we go. List them all out right now, Sierra. 20 most popular Harry Potter candies are...
No. You are not sticking me in this again. We're going to end up with Irvin is whatever the equivalent of a grandfather candy is.
Godfather.
But also a bit shocking that trolley only seems to sell unhealthy options.
It's
Is it though?
We can tell.
It's September
Is it
1st. They're just like, there's no point in having a seaweed salad on this cart.
Yeah. I feel like it was probably whittled down after trial and error, and they're like, well, what sells? Candy. You have kids who are alone with money for the first time or for the first time in months. It's like it's like you're going on a road trip. Like, what do you buy? You don't buy healthy options. You buy chips and you buy pretzels and you buy things that you can munch on consistently to keep you awake and engaged. And I feel like it's the same thing.
And it's the 90s. Like, come on.
We weren't so concerned about health.
Right.
There's not a sugar food scare going on. It's a trans fat food scare going on. So they're not serving French fries. They're serving chocolate because they don't know that sugar's bad for you yet.
But yeah, and then the other time we see him alone with his money and can buy whatever he wants is when he spends time at Diagon Alley.
Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor. Hider of all things terrible.
And basically Harry goes there every day to have ice cream while he does his homework.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that ice cream is a super hot commodity and that a lot of people will do anything they want for it. But I think it is quite pervasive of Harry that he's going every single day. Sorry, I've murdered Sierra. Oh, excellent. No. I mean, I know people really, really love ice cream, and they do a lot to try and go and make sure that they have it, whether it's, Knickerbocker Glory or Blackberry or filled with toadstools. It doesn't really matter. What I do know is that Harry puts in a lot of time with Florian, and therefore he gets free ice cream. And so it's not like he's spending it every single moment of every single day. So I think the lesson here is that if you just spend some quality time with Florian, you'll get ice cream for free. You don't have to trick him or blow up shops or anything like that.
Yeah.
Set off filibuster fireworks as a distraction.
No. Yeah, exactly.
And also it's an abandoned plot line where original Florian Fortescue was going to play a bigger role later on, and
was he?
That didn't happen. Yeah, it's an abandoned plot.
Tell me more about that. What do you know? How do you know this?
The author, she who must not be named, has talked about it.
Got it.
She was so Florian Fortescue was, I think, temporarily debated as potentially even a DADA candidate.
Wow.
As a DADA teacher. Which then obviously I think turned out to be Snape, and basically.
Oh, and that's why he gets killed off at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, and then I think the other thing where she considered using him is throughout Deathly Hallows to help with the Horcruxes, so they would bump into him and he would have lots of knowledge about stuff.
Okay,
But
I'm
she's
glad that
abandoned
didn't
both of
happen.
them.
I gotta say, that would have felt a little sort of thrown into me at that point. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was supposed to be a bigger character than that. The ice cream man.
Yeah, the ice cream man. But that's why it's mentioned, I think, that he gets abducted.
Yeah.
Which I think for most readers is who cares?
I cared because I loved Harry being on his own for 2 weeks in Diagon Alley, getting as much ice cream as he want without setting off fireworks to distract the masses is really, really good to me.
Yeah. So that is what I had for Harry and food.
Yeah.
The next person to talk about, and Sam's already mentioned,
is the one who has food in his mouth all the time. Ronald Weasley, how dare you eat that chocolate car?
I know, the movies really drove into this, but even in the books, he is always eating.
Yeah.
Or eating a lot of the time.
I think the people that do it best is the Harry Potter musical. Because there's that one moment where Ron enters without food and the band stops playing, goes, "Hey, wait, hold up," and from off stage throws him a bag of snacks. And he's like, "Oh, thanks." Oh. He's like the Cookie Monster of that play.
And I think what's interesting to note, if we compare backgrounds again, so Harry was raised in a family that could have easily afforded to feed him, but chose to do that as little as possible. Ron is obviously from a poor background, but as we've already discussed, meals are clearly important. Everyone sits down, has a shared meal, and clearly food was always there, because we see it in Deathly Hallows that Ron is the first to struggle without having access to food. So despite the Weasleys having, money struggles, food was always on the table and plenty of it.
Yeah, that's where their weekly budget went.
Well, and that was their family priority.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's all the berries.
and
It's all the
and also we
berries.
see
They make their own cheese, so we know they're not spending it on that.
Any parent of a small child knows that you will become bankrupt over the price of berries.
Berries.
But we do also see that the Weasleys have a garden and they have chickens, so there is a little bit of home growing food supply happening, definitely.
I think of it as almost a farm, right? They've got and we know those two, so they probably have a little more going on too.
And we know it's built on top of a pigsty as well, the burrow. So they're at one point at least had pigs, if not, they just never mentioned because Harry doesn't care about them.
Yeah. And I think if I remember Gamp's law correctly, which is obviously relevant for food conversations, if you have an ingredient, you can multiply it. It's just you can't get an ingredient from nothing. So, if you grow one carrot, you can make multiple carrots out of it.
Gosh, what a wonderful thing. I only had to kill one pig ever, and I have an infinite supply of bacon.
Yeah. Or, the berries. Grow one berry.
Grow one berry, and you've added all the berries you could want.
It's minorly blasphemous, but now we know how Jesus managed the loaves and fishes.
That, as a quick aside,
Gamp's
there is
law.
a theory about like why is it that like any religion exists at all at Hogwarts when it feels like it would just be, Gamp's law
Because
applies
magic,
to
yeah.
the loaves and fishes, etc., like that. But
Yeah.
I do wonder for berries and stuff like that, though. Like, is it that you grow one berry and you've got an infinite supply for the rest because you can just keep multiplying it, or does the multiplication happen like cloning, so that if it's that far away from being spoiled every time you do it, and so like it's not like I can reproduce a berry from 13 years ago. It's just going to be a dust. Yeah.
Yeah, I think still like things spoil on time and act like normal food. So you can't just like, I don't know, maybe it would work for like a canning situation where you could, grow a few peaches and then just multiply it, can it, multiply it, can it, multiply it, can it. But you'd still have to preserve the food as it's being made. You couldn't be like, hey, I saved that one rotting peach. Now I have a new fresh peach. I think it would just create another rotting peach.
Yeah.
I
would agree.
Could you imply like engorgio or something to the food and make it like the giant peach, right? Like, so that's suddenly
That's how James got it.
That's how James got it. J.K. Rowling again pulling from Roald Dahl.
From Roald Dahl, yeah. When James Potter was 6 years old.
Right.
I would assume so. I guess the question is does it taste less? Like less
Right.
good?
Is there less substance behind it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I wonder the same true for like summoning the food, because we know that with apparition you start to lose your like sense of solidity, because the teacher, right, he's like a wispy thin air because he keeps apparating over and over and over again, and so I wonder too if you lose some of that. I feel like that's got to be the case because so much of Rowling's magic system at least parallels the real world in some way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be some form of consequence for going about it a magical way instead of.
because I feel like Ron, maybe Ron's just not food oriented at all, but he could have just like, man, I'm so hungry. Gotten an apple, make apple giant, eat apple.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he's not so grumpy.
Yeah.
I know. I always thought about that because they're like foraging and stuff and they're getting mushrooms and they're getting things and Hermione's getting food. And so I just don't quite understand why he's quite so hungry all the time. I know obviously like the Horcrux is exacerbating everything, but he seems to be just like ravenous all the time. You would think that
Foaming
he could
at
just
the mouth.
make more of whatever he has in his bowl if he needs more.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that whole sequence is like amplifying the human condition in a lot of ways. It's just like that they're not thinking straight. And I think it's even said in the book that it's like, I think I even marked it, but it's like that during it was their first encounter with the fact that a full stomach meant good spirits, an empty one meant bickering and gloom. And they were surprised by this. Or Harry was surprised by this because he had suffered periods of near starvation at the Dursleys. But Ron had always been used to 3 meals a day, right? And so there's like, that part of it is like the hunger doesn't make them think straight either. And neither does the Horcrux. So I think it's just like, it's them against the elements in a way.
The last thing to note here around Ron and his relationship with food is, I think, partially because he was raised in a big household. No one had the will to pay attention to mannerisms because he has very poor food and eating manners. and I think, Sierra, you had a point here. Or is it which one?
It's
Which
me.
one is that?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's you. Sorry, Christian, you had a point here.
Yeah, that his friendship with Harry is solidified with those trolley snacks. Like once he realizes, I don't know, once there was the sharing of food from Harry, it's like, oh, this is another member of my family, essentially. And that was like the turning point, for the first turning point for them in their friendship.
Yeah, totally. I think that being able to share meals, it's the same with Hagrid, right? Like they have a burger and ice cream, and Hagrid like brings him a cake, and there's just so many instances of like food being the thing that brings them together, with the main exception being Hermione joining the trio over Troll, I guess, unless Ron's eating the boogies, but
Yo.
Thank you.
They're Birdie Bots beans that are boogies, so I guess they could be
I guess they have
sustaining.
I'm sure there's something in there that your stomach can turn to energy. Sierra's unhappy.
So nauseous right now just thinking about that.
And I get that way every time I watch the Sorcerer's Stone scene.
Ugh.
And Harry pulls the wand out. It's gross. And then he eats it. That's a deleted scene. It's really
Stop it.
nasty. Yeah. I think also too we've got for the trio Hermione, who really has nothing to do with food other than this small note that she is a living embodiment of the consequences of eating and keeping your food tools clean, people, aka your teeth. Her parents are dentists.
And
that's really all she has to do with
does the
food.
cooking while they're on their camping trip, right? So I think she knows a thing or two. I don't know.
And she goes on a food strike in Goblet for like 2 seconds and then starts making her own. I'm surprised that we didn't hear about her all throughout books 4, 5, 6, and 7, like making sourdough bread like we all did during COVID. And just
didn't.
Well done. Good job.
I know. I want someone to praise me for that.
I was doing it before COVID, so I claim fame as well.
I think the irony to me is like, as the German, and we have such a strong bread culture, like it is the joke that take a German anywhere in the world and they'll be like, it's nice here, but the bread is terrible. That is just what is going to happen. And it's genuinely my experience here. I just don't eat bread because the bread here is terrible. But I could make my own.
Well done. Excellent. A quick aside here for a Ask the European something. Do you, Aurelio, when you go to France, go, man, the bread's terrible here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
I remember my German friends when we lived over there were like when they traveled, they brought bread with them. It was like that was what you did. So I think it's what you do.
Has there ever been a country that you've gone to that you've been like, yeah, the bread's nice?
Austria, but I mean, that's very similar to Germany.
But it was only the town right on the other side.
I've been to countries where they're like, they have a German bakery and then they actually have good bread. But a baguette is nice, but it's white bread. It's not good bread, is it? Like you can have
it not good for you. It's
times.
good,
yeah.
But it's not good for you.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry that we are very particular.
You were
about
eating
bread.
French wine?
Strasbourg probably has.
Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Strasbourg. It's in France, but yeah.
When you go to Denmark, you're not like, oh, the bread's good, or even some of the Japanese breads.
Stuff. They only do sweet stuff in Denmark. It is
All
a
right.
problem. Like I genuinely, like, if you speak to a German, and clearly Christian had the same experience, like bread is a hot topic. And it is one of the questions I get asked the most from family when I come visit. It's like, so what do you eat if you can't eat bread? I was like, well, just other food, but they just can't.
I mean,
imagine.
that's a legitimate question.
Legumes.
That's also a legitimate answer. Like
Yeah.
other food.
There's a lot of food out there, people. I have beets.
I grew this berry in the backyard.
I can't afford berries, but I grew this one.
So back to the topic though. I think what I thought Dumbledore. I don't know. I threw this in as an idea. I think Dumbledore has an interesting relationship. I don't think we ever see Dumbledore eat other than that Birdie Bot's every flavored bean that's earwax flavored, but that he's connected with candy in a lot of ways, and I think that's kind of interesting that he's always got the lemon drops and the sherbet lemons, and all of his passwords are different types of candy. I think isn't he always offering Cornelius Fudge like a lemon drop, almost comically, and like
he offers and eats lemon drops to McGonagall.
A greater literary device there of like he's childlike and something like that. But I think that's an interesting point that he's always got candy on the mind.
Yeah, his teeth must be hollow.
Well, and one of the first introductions we have to him from Harry's perspective is on the chocolate frog card.
Oh, chocolate frog card, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's the only thing that he cares about, as long as they don't take him off the chocolate frog card when the ministry's dragging his name. Yeah, totally. I think it's a really good way of characterizing Dumbledore is sort of this, like, I mean, in Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter in general is such a Lord of the Rings adjacent story. You know, like they just, instead of one Horcrux, they have 7. And Dumbledore is such a clear proxy for Gandalf early on. And Gandalf is such this whimsical, childlike dude, except for his tastes are like very adult, right? He has lots of mead and wine and also smokes a ton. But Dumbledore is like his tastes are very childlike in addition to him being whimsical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can safely assume he eats when he's in the Great Hall. And the only time we actually see him pick something is in Goblet of Fire at the Yule Ball, when he's the first one at the table to speak to the plate to order what he wants.
Well, everyone's confused as to how to order, and he's just like,
"Oh yes,
here we are."
Although
now.
I was thinking because because most of the time, you know, he's just up at the head table, so we're not really focused on him. But in Prisoner of Azkaban, when they have the tiny feast for Christmas, he does pass Derek a plate of chipolatas and says that they're excellent, so we can assume that he has eaten those.
He just smelled them.
I've been told these are excellent.
I had many house elves tell me.
Yeah, well, because I was looking because I was trying to see if it actually mentions him specifically eating something at that. Because I thought for some reason maybe he was eating like a cake or something, which would again kind of fall into that like dessert candy type category. But he opens the crackers and then passes the plate of chipolatas that McGonagall is eating. And then it doesn't say anything else about him actually eating. It's just that he passes a plate, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, totally.
And as coming from like the children's author perspective, it's like, and the principal loves candy. Like, doesn't this place sound amazing? Like,
Harry Potter, you're the most famous boy in the world, and you rock at sports, and you're really good at all the school's material without having to study. And the principal likes candy. But also, here's detention. You have to go face down a murderer.
Detention is awful.
Detention's terrible. And then we see a little bit of food that we have in the series. We will start off with the first course of the day, where you break your fast.
Yes. So I think that now that we've established food is important, let's actually look at what is served at Hogwarts. So this is specifically, I think, things that we see predominantly at Hogwarts, but there might be some mentions from other few instances of those meals. So I think breakfast, you can summarize it, is a mix of continental and British breakfast. So there's options. So you have your typical bacon and eggs, kippers, sausages, which is sort of more the British breakfast. English breakfast. I'm sorry, that's what it's called. It's like, sounds slightly off what I'm saying. And then you have the sort of more continental with, toast, jam, marmalade, that sort of thing. And another thing that, by the way, is the answer to what I eat if I don't eat bread, porridge. So
There you go.
just to
Porridge.
have solved that.
Just come full circle. The fact that breakfast does not mention a Scotch egg when they are in Scotland is a travesty, just so we're aware.
And also, no haggis is ever mentioned.
Never.
That's not true. In the Death Day party, they have
moldy haggis.
Moldy haggis.
Yeah.
That's right.
The most appetizing version.
I want to. Maybe I'm wrong, and I don't want to necessarily look it up. I want to say they say like eggs of every kind or something like that. That's like my fantasy of what Harry Potter would be, but I feel like eggs of every kind should be served.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Ostrich eggs, fish eggs, human eggs,
all of them.
Not great.
Cadbury.
Only Cadbury. A kitsch. It's fine. It's all good. Also, it's interesting here, breakfast, the very first scene that we see with Harry with the Dursleys is him being told not to burn the bacon.
And then that contrasts, of course, with the amount of bacon that's served at the Weasley's house. There's in Chamber of Secrets right before they go to Diagon Alley, it says they eat a half dozen bacon sandwiches each. And I thought that was like, that's a lot.
Jeez.
That's a lot of sandwiches.
That's a lot of bacon.
A lot of bacon, yeah. But maybe there's the symbolism there that bacon is home, and they're bringing home the bacon, and there's I don't know. And then
Sophia would love this.
Yeah.
This is a great pig theory aspect of Harry Potter. Bacon symbolizes Weasleys, which symbolize home.
I like it.
I think it works, what you say, Christian, with again, my observation living in this country. Bacon sandwiches are like everyone's favorite thing to eat. Like I had literally had a conversation with someone who was like, yeah, I was vegetarian for 10 years. And I was like, so why'd you stop? I just bacon sandwiches. I was like, oh, okay. That was it.
13 years, bacon cheeseburger. It got me.
Well, and when they're traveling around, it says specifically they don't want to let Ron too close to a bacon sandwich or something like that. It's like
that's right.
That it's specifically like it's such a thing that he will. So
listen, if you are a listener, put in your favorite bacon sandwich recipe in the chat, and I will make it, and I will report back if it's good or not. We have another course here, lunch. We're not doing the Hobbits courses, so we will be skipping second breakfast, 11C's brunch.
Afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea we will also skip. Lunch, we're going to... There's not a ton mentioned about lunch. Christian, you had a note here about corned beef.
Yeah, which is uneaten. The corned beef sandwiches on the Hogwarts Express.
And they're all dry anyway.
Right. But I know sandwiches pop up again in the... And I guess it's not lunch, but it's when Harry and Ron miss the feast in Chamber of Secrets. McGonagall has the replenishing plate of sandwiches, or self-replenishing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm trying to think about lunch. That was a good point that it's not specifically mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they often say they go to lunch, but I looked and I was like, but what do they eat? It's just like we often hear that Harry has toast for breakfast. Like those are mentioned all of the time. Or porridge gets mentioned a few times, but like lunch just is mentioned as in it's happening. But we have no idea if Hogwarts has like a cooked lunch or if it's sandwiches or like something lighter.
I just imagine the lunch is a lot like how they eat in Hook, where it's all just imaginary
food.
Anybody who's watched that movie will love that comment. The rest of you will be Azarelli is now, which is okay.
I have just found. They joined the crowd thundering towards the Great Hall for lunch. Ron, cheer up, said Hermione, pushing a dish of stew towards him.
Ooh. Man, eating people.
So there's at least stew.
There's stew. That's
There's
that
stew.
never-ending bowl of stew. That's always
It's been here since 999.
perpetual stew.
Helga Hufflepuff made this herself. It's been moldy. The ghosts can taste this one. Oh man, yeah. What are they serving for beverages there, Christian?
Well, variety of things. Pumpkin juice is mentioned all the time, and I think that's it's interesting that that's such a staple because it's not something one drinks in the not Harry Potter world. And then they do drink orange juice and milk and things. But then butter beer, of course, 3 broomsticks. Here we are. There's mead. There's fire whiskey, and I know that like isn't Harry comforted by fire whiskey with Moody at one point. There's giggly water. And then Moaning Myrtle, of course, is just always drinking water. So
Yeah, so as the tiniest quick aside, when Christian and I do movie marathons, we'll talk a little bit about this later. Christian came up with one of my favorite names. We name water something different every year. But for the very first movie marathon, water was just called Myrtle's Special.
I put it on the spreadsheet, and Sam had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, "It's water," and then
what? Oh, right, got it. Well, at first, because she's in the bathroom so much, I was like, "Are we doing like a dyed yellow
potion?
water?" Yeah, like what's happening here? Is this gross or is? And then it was just water. Oh, okay, great, awesome. Christian peed in it later.
or I peed it out later, maybe.
Yeah, there it is. So, and then dinner, we don't know that much about other than the feasts. So, bring us home there, Sierra. Tell us all about the feasts of Harry Potter.
So there are many, many feasts. We have mains such as roast beef, roast chicken, sausages, steak, pork chops, steak and kidney pie, meat pies, stews, turkey, pork, shepherd's pie, peppermint humbugs for some reason.
So very vegan friendly is what I'm hearing.
Yes, definitely.
Super vegan friendly.
There's sides like boiled potatoes, roast potatoes, French fries, peas, carrots, Yorkshire pudding, desserts, blocks of ice cream in many flavors, apple
all
pies,
from Florian.
treacle tart. Yes,
Harry's favorite, treacle tart, which if you guys have never had, is delicious, especially with ice cream, whether it be blackberry or not.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like, aren't there also like eclairs? And I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't that come up in Goblet though?
Yeah.
It's like, here are the French people, therefore
It's
here are
the
the French.
international, yeah.
No, it's in the first one, the welcome feast. There's apple treacle tart, chocolate eclairs, jam donuts, trifle, strawberries, jelly, rice pudding.
I remember reading that the jam donuts were a dessert in Harry Potter and going, should I be eating those for breakfast?
That's breakfast in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A banana.
Donuts are a breakfast item in the United States, Aurelia.
I thought this was a joke.
No.
No.
Oh, no.
No, it's
No.
breakfast. Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts exists, now it's Dunkin', of course, but Dunkin' Donuts exists as a, here's your breakfast. Grab coffee and, you guessed it,
Sugar.
a donut.
Well. Okay.
Shock.
I could say so many things now, but all of them are rude to Americans, and that is like the
Eat
number
like you
one
got
audience
free
group.
healthcare.
So,
Yeah.
so what? But that leads us to our 7 ingredients of today's special.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Because it is all the Hogwarts feast. Because as was mentioned, there's a few. So we have I think this is pretty much in the order that they roughly happen, although some of them are one-off occasions. So we have the start of school year, 1st of September feast. We have, in Goblet of Fire specifically, another feast to welcome the other schools. We have Halloween on the 31st. We have Christmas. We have Easter. We have an end-of-year feast. And then another one-off occasion is after the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yes.
That's our 7.
Giving us all 7. I must say, the house elves were working overtime in book 4, with
Oh, yeah.
a welcome feast on October 30th, and then a Goblet of Fire.
Well, the Yule Ball, which is just the Christmas feast,
the Yule
but
Ball,
like
yeah.
being amped up.
Ramped up.
But also just like the back-to-back nature of welcomed Beauxbaton Durmstrang, and then also the next night for the Goblet of Fire is Halloween. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and then the Yule Ball being zerped up with so many more people staying behind for Christmas.
Totally.
Yeah, after the Battle of Hogwarts one is always a fun when people show up with food to feed everybody who's just been fighting. It's not real feast, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Also, interesting note in terms of just speaking about house elves, real quick here. It is interesting that when Creature gets on the side of Harry and Hermione and Ron, he's suddenly making food for them. So just going back to like why is food so important in the series?
Yeah, and that's when
I love language.
and Ron's like, I like this guy all of a sudden. Like, and like in is it book 6 when like Dobby and Creature are helping him to track Malfoy? Doesn't he show up with like food every now and then in that, or am I thinking book 4 when Dobby whenever he comes and visits, he brings food and Ron's like loves it. That's
that's book 4.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Then there's the list of sweets and snacks, which one of Harry's first introductions to the Wizarding World is with that trolley scene. But there's sugar quills, there's cockroach clusters, fudge flies, licorice wands, pumpkin pasties. I don't think this is an extensive list. We talked about donuts appearing earlier, chocolate frogs, acid pops, Bertie Bott's every flavor of beans, fizzing whiz-bees, cauldron cakes, jelly slugs. And I want to say there's even more,
way more,
sprinkled in with all the Honeydew sweets and everything. But then there's also Fred and George's enhanced sweets. I think that's pretty good. The Tun Tung toffees and the nosebleed nougats and all of that. So you get the variety of bad for you and really bad for you.
And famously, of course, there is no Mars bars in the Harry Potter world. Not in the magical one.
But because they're not bright tonight.
Yeah, that's the reason.
And then we have kind of some of the other smaller categories of food. The international food that we see during Goblet of Fire, because of the other students who are there, the house elves are trying to accommodate everyone. They get some international dishes going. We see how not open-minded about other foods some Hogwarts students may be. We also see how not open-minded some of the international students are.
Fleur.
About
the
food.
match made in heaven.
If only. If only his hotter older brother didn't exist.
I think you forgot cooler.
There's just one word for it.
He is just both hot and cool.
He's got it all.
He's got everything. It's a good thing that Bill only eats French.
Yeah. I like how Ron changes his tune about the food too when she's like, "Oh, are you done with this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's excellent. Like, yeah, take it."
Yeah. Or just when Hermione says bouillabaisse, he's like, "Bless you."
Right. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I ordered a bouillabaisse one time at a very famous place in Monterey called the Fish House, and it comes with baby octopus in it. Not my favorite experience ever. That was very sad.
They need to be full grown for Sam to enjoy it.
No, I don't eat octopus at all.
Also, it's pronounced bouillabaisse.
Yeah, sorry. My American apologies.
Not that I'm French.
Bouillabaisse. Is that better?
Croissant.
My filling
Croissant.
Bouillabaisse.
Taco.
Baguette. Sorry to all the French out there. We love you.
And the Mexican? Since we threw taco in there at some point.
Because British people always like make fun of Americans for saying croissant instead of croissant, but it's like, can we have a taco? Like, do you mean taco? Like, come on, guys.
Two tacos would be 25.
What's that from?
The Office.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We talked a lot about Molly, of course. She's constantly making really chocolate items a lot for Harry and company. She makes fudge for Harry and the Sorcerer's Stone. She does not send Hermione a chocolate egg on Easter during Goblet of Fire after the Witch Weekly Rita Skeeter.
No, it's just very small.
Oh, no, she does. She sends it. She does send it. Thank you. I'm going to read you that sentence because, see, Harry, you barely said that. And this is a audio medium, not a visual medium. Small. It's small.
Both Aurelia and I just went small.
We were just giving you the hint so you could.
Yeah, great.
about
I
it.
can't pivot like that mid-sentence. She doesn't send it at all. She sends it really small, actually. I'm just going to sound insane. What are you talking about?
So normal, really.
She sends Harry fudge in Sorcerer's Stone. She sends Hermione a very small Easter egg compared to everybody else when she's mad at her for the Witch Weekly Rita Skeeter article. And then, of course, she makes Harry's cake for his birthday, which is a snitch design, which is cool. And so she's constantly expressing love through food.
And I love that she's always insisting he have fourth helpings of everything when she's feeding him too. Yeah.
Of course, then there's also food at Hagrid's, which I think we're all in agreement that that's the best food in the whole book. Is that everyone feels that way, right?
It rocks.
As long as you don't.
Yeah,
rocks.
If you're not
Sounds
clinging
great.
to your teeth, if you're loose with your teeth, then why not?
I mean, Hagrid is a sorcerer, essentially the Gordon Ramsay of the wizarding world. And I think Irvin would love Hagrid's cooking.
Yeah, that's his only problem with Hagrid.
That's it. It's just the cooking.
Yeah.
If I'm a guest in someone's home and their cooking isn't good, then I don't like them.
Okay, pressure's on. Everyone who was ever gonna invite Christian over.
Oh, no, that was me quoting
her.
Irvin, but yeah, no, I don't have the same sentiment.
I do think though, someone who definitely gives Hagrid a run for their money in terms of best food would be whoever catered Nearly Headless Nick's dinner party.
Can you imagine being a catering company that for ghost parties?
Right.
This is the easiest job in the world. I just went to Costco.
I just go to other catering parties and take their food.
Take the
rob them.
leftovers.
Take their leftovers.
So actually, you're pretending to be like a garbage waste disposal company,
Right.
and you're just
Yeah.
like, no, we'll deal with
There you
this.
go.
And
This is what the American Italian wizarding mafia does.
Right. It's
They
just-
go as the
it's a
waste
huge
company.
Scam.
You get paid
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
You get paid to remove the food and then
Right.
to serve it
Supply
again.
the food.
It's the perfect
Their
crust.
Gringotts
best
vault
business.
is nasty. It has the same curse as the Lestranges, so when you go in there, if you touch the moldy food, it just
Replicates.
expands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rotting fish, burnt cakes, maggoty haggis we talked about earlier, the moldy cheese. But then there's that tombstone cake that's in there. Although I think that it's described with like tar-like frosting, so I don't know what the
Don't know what
right.
the contents
Maybe
of that one are.
Stay clear. But at least I really I love the vision. I remember as like a 12-year-old loving this. It's like the ghost hovering over the food, being like, I can almost taste it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a-
Can
so
you
can't-
taste it?
You can't.
Almost.
Like,
It's a yes or no answer.
It's like drinking La Croix. It's a hint of lime.
Is it there? No.
it was once in the same room as a lime.
Almost.
I'm in the same room.
It was transported near a crate of bananas.
It's got more of a taste of aluminum, actually. We've also got, interestingly enough, in here, food consumption habits indicating abnormality or normality, which we've hit a little bit in terms of behaviors. Not showing up for meals showing a sense of abnormality in some way, or showing up to meals and being happy being you're in a normal, healthy state. But we've got Slughorn, Vernon, and Dudley, all, you know, plus size, overweight characters. They're all compensating for something with their indulgences. And then we've got like the two skinny characters, Petunia, Sirius, Barty Crouch Sr. when he shows up to Harry in the forest, and then Scabbers, right? That's like, they're all in sort of a bad state of mind. Petunia is, you know, too gossipy, too you know, blind eye to this, but loves that sort of thing. Obviously Sirius is in a right state for being thrown in jail, but then also when he's in the cave, that sort of stuff. Crouch Senior, Scabbers both being in bad mental states. Yeah.
But then, yeah, feeding Sirius is like brings him back to the normality. I mean, they're also just feeding him because he has no food, but there's probably a symbolism there too. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. I think so. It is interesting too that like heroes must all be a proper weight, so to speak, with the exception of like Hagrid-ish, if you want to call him a hero. I know Irvin's shouting in the background, "No, he's not!" Mm-hmm. And then Molly, of course, might be an exception as well. Although Arthur in the movies wouldn't be, but he is in the books. He's still being described as skinny.
And Dudley,
Not
actually,
too skinny.
when Dudley loses weight and then is nice to Harry, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an interesting...
It's the excess fat that makes everybody angry.
That's it.
And not at all the fact that Harry was a Horcrux in their household, poisoning their minds for 17 years.
We'll never know.
Nope.
We'll never know. And then lastly here, before we wrap our conversation, there's a lot of food in the movies. And I got to tell y'all, Christian especially, and a bit myself, has studied what is in those movies quite a bit. We've mentioned these movie marathons, and one of the things that we did on the first one is I had the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook, which is this awesome cookbook that goes through every sort of meal mentioned and gives you a recipe for it in the book. It's really cool. There's eclair recipes in there, Yorkshire pudding recipes, peas recipes, ice cream, all of that sort of stuff. And like the different ice cream recipes, the strawberry and nuts, I think, is one of them. And that's really neat. So we did that, but that also then turned into Christian and I, and again, mainly Christian, going through the movies, like scene by scene for all the different movie marathons. So for Star Wars, we did this. For Lord of the Rings, we really started to do it properly. And we had all the different meals for Fast and the Furious, etc. All the way. And then again, when we went back to Harry Potter to redo it for year 10, going through each scene by scene. So, Christian, you want to tell us a little bit about what you learned about the food in Harry Potter movies?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of it. It's interesting because, as Sam said, we the first year we were going off of the cookbook mainly, but that cookbook is book specific. In the movies, you get the iconic feast scenes with Ron with 2 drumsticks in his hands and going between them, and that's awesome. There's some sneaky little things in there. I think in book 4, they put some boxes of cereal that are like cheery owls. And it's like fairy flakes or something. I don't remember what the other one is. But like those boxes of cereal in the background, they're eating cereal there. But some of the feasts with desserts are just insane. You probably remember like the ice cream scoops stacked up really high. There's chocolate bunnies in one of them for some reason in the starting feast, the opening feast. And then there's like, yeah, I mean, we could go on and on listing them. I know many people have done so online and replicated those feasts. Sam and I did our best to replicate the feasts in this last marathon we did,
yeah.
And it's fun to do that. I recommend going through any of your favorite franchises and finding themed food that fits it. It makes the experience much better. But it's amazing. I know, and there's the classic stories of in filming Sorcerer's Stone. They had real food, but then like by day 3, it was just it had all gone bad.
Rotting.
And
because those lights are so intense, totally. And it would heat everything up.
Yeah. And I think Warwick Davis references it. Oh, there's that new Harry Potter baking series too.
Yeah, baking series.
Wizards of Baking.
Wizards of Baking. So that's in its second season now. And so they talk about it a little bit in that it's just like the food looked amazing and but then like after a few days it was terrible. So I think in the subsequent films it was all fake food.
Prop food, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot.
With the exception of what they're eating.
Right.
Ron doesn't eat plastic.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think one of my favorite little tidbits about food that we did over those movie marathons is Christian looked for, when we did Iron Man marathon, Christian looked for foods with high iron content.
Did I? I think
we talked about
that
it.
would just be Burger King.
Yeah, we did do burgers because of the Iron Man, but because it was breakfast when we watched the first Iron Man movie, we also did. It was breakfast burgers made with waffles, which are made on a waffle iron, and so there was the.
I see.
Yeah,
they were really intense. It was a big. They really filled the stomach very quickly.
Yeah,
they were delicious.
That was a good marathon.
It was excellent. It was a great marathon. So, anyways, that's all the movie marathon stuff. The Harry Potter was great. You know, they've got so many different foods, and we really recommend, if you guys are going to do a little movie marathon, go through, find some food in the scenes, try and replicate it. We thought about doing Petunia's pudding that Dobby drops, but that would have been very early in the day, and also there's a lot of like color in that pudding that doesn't really match up with any specific flavors. Like, what's the purple in the pudding?
It's like clearly food coloring, but yeah. Well, and
what is it?
Am I gonna make that while we're watching a movie? Like, no. So yeah.
It sounds really fun. That's a good idea.
Seaweed salad looks very similar to gillyweed. That's a fun thing. Although I think in the movie itself they used licorice. To look like gillyweed. So.
That's awesome. So Irvin isn't here, but he left us a little beat, so to speak, a musical beat, not a beat you can eat. So you can all enjoy Honeydukes by Justin Finch-Fletchley and the Sugar Quilts.
When you get to Honeydukes, you can laugh or you can puke. That all depends on what you want to do. Honeydukes is a sweet shop. Honeydukes is not a donut shop. Honeydukes is a sweet shop full of candy. They got pepper M's, chocolate balls, chocolate balls full of clotted cream. There's no melt ice cream, no melt ice cream. There's wondrous chunks of nougat and exotic toffee. I wanna go to Honeydukes, I wanna go to Honeydukes, I wanna go to Honeydukes with you. What I would do in Honeydukes, you would do in Honeydukes. So I wanna go to Honeydukes with you. In the basement there's trapdoor to Hogwarts, trapdoor to Hogwarts, but it's probably a
lovely. Thank you, Justin.
And thank you, Christian, for joining us.
Woo, so fun.
This is really fun.
Yay.
Yeah. The perfect guest.
It is always great to have you here. Is there anything you would like to plug or anywhere to follow? Anything that you are interested in, be it yourself or anything else?
Not really. Yeah, don't. Yeah, you can try to find me and follow me around, I guess, if you want to. But that's I think since it's
a scavenger hunt.
Not in real life, I presume.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, real life, go for it.
Just come on and stalk him.
Come find me.
He invites it.
We'll have a nice conversation. But I think this episode's being released right around the holidays, and it's about food. Yeah. Like, get together with people, and this is what I'm plugging. Get together with people and share some food with them. I think that's something we have talked about, is like the importance of that. Go share food. It brings people together. You'll make more friends. I don't know. It's so nice to go share food with people, especially at this time of year. So invite those people you might not think to invite, and you're going to have more fun.
And thank you for joining us today, people, and enjoying food in your earballs with us. If you enjoyed your time at the pub today, please rate and review us online or tell your friends about our show. A huge thanks again to, you guessed it, Lori Young, who bought us this round of drinks at the Three Broomsticks. If you'd like to buy us the next round, please head over to patreon.com/3broomsticks. That's with the numeral 3 to sign up. Would you like to find us online and not in real life? Because the podcast itself is not a person. No matter what the United States government says about corporations, we're on various different social media channels, which are linked on our website and in the show notes. Would you like to have a chain of emojis that make you think, or get a heads up on your recommended reading for the next episode? We share our upcoming Patreon schedules and all of the things that I've just mentioned on our social media pages. Please, please, please follow. And also, you can go to the 3broomstickspod.com. That's with the 3 spelled out, 3broomstickspod.com. You can submit a topic. You can comment on our episode with your favorite recipes. Please do this. We would like to make them. And you can let us know your thoughts, whether or not they're recipe related or not.
And next time we meet at the Three Broomsticks, we'll be discussing a chapter we've already mentioned a few times today, and that's Goblet of Fire, chapter 23, The Yule Ball.
Woo!
I'm Aureo.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Sam. Thank you for listening, and see you next time in the Three Broomsticks.
Cheers.
Give me big old buckets of butterbeer. Give me big old barrels of butterbeer. Give me the drink I love so dear. And another round for my friend right here of the sweet old butterbeer.
This episode of The Three Broomsticks was edited by Patrick Musilek. The theme song was written and performed by the Faithful Sidekicks. Make sure to check them out at thefaithfulsidekicks.com.
Excellent. Oh, I have recommended reading. I forgot I put that in myself. So sorry.
I was like, why are you giving me the stink eye? Like, come on. I was like, you haven't
for real, my
finished.
Sorry, this just chaos happening. It's just like 5 people. It's just really funny. Okay.